Welcome. Hello, I'm Melissa Taylor, Leadership Mentor at Future Transcendence, and I'm here to share 5 tips on how you can flip the switch on your motivation. This is part 2, and you can check out part 1 too. I'm very appreciative of you being here. Motivation on? What do I mean when I say flipping the switch anyway? Well, the Urban Dictionary defines it as a sudden or drastic change of heart. In this video, I'm talking about how it relates to motivation. We are all unmotivated sometimes. We all procrastinate getting started on a new project or task we don't enjoy doing. But often in life, we don't have a choice. We must get certain things done. These can be big things like starting a business or smaller things like balancing your bank account so you know if you can afford that new iPhone. Doing anything, big or small, is easier when there's motivation behind it. So, how do we access motivation when we don't feel like we're up to the task? No matter if you're a professional procrastinator or someone who is feeling overwhelmed by the challenging task before them, you will find the tips for accessing your inner motivation here. You are going to learn ways to flip your motivation switch so that you don't have to wait around for inspiration or motivation to strike. You will be able to create it yourself whenever you need it. So, how do you flip the switch? These 5 tips to flip the switch are in no particular order. One isn't better than any other. It's just that everyone is motivated a little differently. The best way to figure out what best motivates you is to try different ones until you figure it out. You may want to combine different ones to find that sweet spot. And some of them are simply smart ideas that everyone should do to stay at their peak performance. Go with the flow. We each have our own personal cycle or flow. It's natural to have days when we are tired or fatigued, just feel like taking it easy. Honor that. As a society, we are so caught up with always being in action, always working, always on the go. We don't give ourselves space to just be, to just relax and enjoy people and activities we find fun. This takes its toll. It's impossible to stay motivated 100% of the time about everything. Our bodies and brains aren't built to live at full speed constantly. And yet, we push ourselves to do more, even when we can tell that we are running on empty. When you feel burnt out, rest. Better yet, don't let it get to burnt out to begin with. Take care of yourself. Have fun, play hooky, enjoy your life. Life should be about more than working, reaching goals, and being the best at everything. So cut yourself some slack sometimes. You aren't going to turn into a lazy bum for taking an afternoon off when you are wiped out. Catch negative self talk. Ever tried to be motivated to do a task when you are simultaneously telling yourself how much you don't want to do it, how lousy you are at it, etc.? It doesn't really work, does it? We participate in self talk all throughout each and every day. In fact, we don't even realize we are doing it a lot of the time. That's why it's important to start paying more attention to it. Start getting in the habit of catching yourself thinking negatively. Maybe in the past, this project didn't get finished. So you tell yourself you will probably be too stupid or lazy to do it at this time as well. Stop, back up, and replace that thought with a positive one. How about the fact that you are resilient and courageous enough to try again? This totally counts for something. Many people wouldn't ever try again. It will take some practice to catch yourself telling yourself negative stuff, but it's worth the effort. It can change the way you approach everything in your life. Sing. This may sound funny, but singing is a great way to breathe deeply. Much of the day we breathe very shallowly, which causes a stress reaction in the body. This starts the endless cycle of stress. Breathing shallowly over and over until we are an exhausted wreck by the end of the day. Breathing deeply activates our parasympathetic nervous system, which brings our bodies back into a state of equilibrium. This gives us a feeling of peacefulness and well-being. So sing in the shower, in the car, whenever you need a boost. Fill your lungs with air, turn up the tunes, and belt it out. Gather motivation when you find it. When you run across motivational quotes or images, save them in your bookmarks or in a folder on your computer. Print them out and put them where you can see them while you work. Another smart way to do this is to start a Pinterest board for motivation quotes and images that you come across daily. You can also make a collage on a free online collage maker and use it as your desktop. Not only do these words and images encourage you to take action, but they remind you that everyone has times of low motivation so that you don't beat yourself up. Visualize the final product. Especially when we have a challenging or large project, we can get caught up in all the little details. What started out as a fun undertaking can turn into a dreaded task list that must be finished up. When this hits, stop and think about how awesome it will be when it's finished. Imagine how much enjoyment you and your family will get out of that deck you decided to build yourself, or how great it will be to work in a career field that you've always dreamed about. This idea connects to your why, but on a visual level. Close your eyes and imagine what it will be like when you've accomplished your goal. Visualizing brings up feelings that can restart your motivational engine. When you make a choice, you change the future. Deepak Chopra. So, are you ready to align with your true purpose and move forward with clarity? So, book your life purpose briefing today and be motivated every day living life in alignment with your true purpose. It is such a great feeling when you have a roadmap for life and no longer any doubts of where to invest your time and energy. Thank you for watching part 2 of this training video series. When you love the results that high levels of performance can bring you, then doing what it takes to succeed is a joy. I'd love to support you to flip the switch and to align your body, mind, and soul. Book in for your free session using the link below. I so appreciate you. Be well.